Hey everyone, welcome. Today, let's talk about autism and speech, something that touches so many families around the world. It's a topic filled with nuances, challenges, and ultimately, immense potential for growth and understanding. We want to provide some clarity and support. As parents, we eagerly await those first words, those precious sounds that signal connection and growth. We anticipate the moment our children begin to communicate their needs, their thoughts, and their burgeoning personalities. But sometimes they take longer to arrive, and that waiting period can be filled with anxiety and uncertainty. It's natural to feel concerned when your child's speech development seems to be on a different schedule. For some kids with autism, speaking follows a different timeline, a unique developmental path that requires patience and understanding. It's important to remember that every child is different, and their journey will unfold in its own way. And that's okay. There's no right or wrong way for a child to develop, and embracing their individuality is key. It doesn't mean they have less to say. Their thoughts, feelings, and desires are just as valid and important. It just means they need a different path to get there, a route that may involve alternative methods of communication and a deeper understanding of their individual needs. Most kids learn to talk by watching and wanting to connect, mimicking sounds and gestures as they engage with the world around them. Social interaction is a huge component of language acquisition. But for autistic children, that social connection can feel overwhelming, even overstimulating, making it harder to focus on language development in the same way. The world can feel like a very loud and busy place. A speech delay in autism isn't about intelligence or love. It's not a reflection of their cognitive abilities or the strength of your bond. It's just a different way of processing the world. A unique neurological framework that influences how they perceive and interact with their environment. It's easy to get caught up in milestones, comparing your child's progress to that of their peers, and feeling pressured to meet certain expectations. But remember, a speech delay is just one part of your child's story, a single chapter in a much larger and more complex narrative. It signals a need for unique support and understanding, a call for tailored interventions, and a compassionate approach to communication. We're here to help you unpack what this means, why it happens, to delve into the underlying factors that contribute to speech delays in autistic children, and how you can help your child find their voice, to empower them to express themselves in ways that feel comfortable and authentic, whether that's with words, spoken language that gradually emerges with support and encouragement, signs using visual cues to bridge the communication gap and facilitate understanding, pictures or technology, employing augmentative and alternative communication (AAC) tools to unlock new avenues for expression. Communication is more than talking. It's about conveying thoughts, feelings, and intentions, regardless of the method used. It's a look, a shared glance that speaks volumes and conveys unspoken emotions. A hug, a physical expression of love and connection that transcends words. Or pulling you by the hand, a nonverbal request for attention, guidance, or simply to share a moment together. Your child is already communicating in many ways, expressing themselves through a variety of behaviors and actions that may not always be immediately obvious. Our job is to learn their language while gently teaching them ours, to meet them where they are and bridge the gap between our communication styles. It's a two-way street, and it's a beautiful one, a journey of mutual discovery and understanding that strengthens the bond between you and your child. Let's focus on connection, not just words, prioritizing the emotional and relational aspects of communication over the mere ability to speak. Every child's journey is unique, and that's something to celebrate, to embrace their individuality and appreciate the special gifts they bring to the world. Together, we'll explore how to support your child's communication, providing practical strategies and resources to help them thrive. You're not alone on this path. There's a whole community of families, professionals, and advocates ready to offer support and guidance. With patience and understanding, we can help your child thrive, unlocking their full potential and empowering them to live fulfilling lives. Let's get started on this journey together. We're excited to embark on this exploration with you. Your child's voice matters in every form, and we're here to help you amplify it. As parents, we eagerly anticipate our child's first words, celebrating each milestone along their developmental journey. But what happens when their speech development seems to be taking a different path? How do you know if your child's speech is just developing slowly, or if it's something more that requires a closer look and perhaps some professional guidance? It's a question that weighs heavily on many parents' minds. Early signs can sometimes be subtle, but they're important to be aware of. These include little or no babbling as a baby. Babbling is a crucial pre-speech skill, and its absence can be an early indicator. Or babbling that starts and then stops suddenly. A regression in language development is always something to pay attention to and discuss with your pediatrician. By age 1, many kids try a word or two like mama or dada, even if their pronunciation isn't perfect. But an autistic child might not say any yet. This doesn't automatically mean there's cause for alarm, but it warrants further observation. As they grow, you might notice they use only single words, struggling to combine them into simple phrases, or have a limited vocabulary, knowing fewer words than expected for their age group. Instead of asking for water using words, they might lead you to the sink and point, relying on nonverbal cues to communicate their needs. It's still communication, just different. They are finding ways to express themselves, even without the words. Some kids struggle with the back and forth of conversation, the give and take that makes communication flow smoothly. They might be repeating your questions or not responding appropriately when spoken to. It's not rudeness or a lack of attention. Social rules can be confusing, and understanding the nuances of conversation can be challenging. Gestures are another clue to consider when evaluating a child's communication development. Most kids point, wave, or shake their head before talking, using these gestures to support their early language attempts. But autistic children may not use these as much, relying on other forms of communication or struggling to express themselves altogether. Recognizing these signs isn't about finding something wrong or labeling your child. It's about understanding your child's world, their unique way of processing information and interacting with their environment. The goal is to help them build a bridge to yours, fostering connection and understanding. Every sign is a clue to how they experience and communicate, offering insights into their individual needs and strengths. Early awareness leads to better support, empowering you to advocate for your child and provide them with the resources they need to thrive. So why does autism affect speech? For most, language is learned through social interaction. But for autistic children, the social world can be overwhelming, like trying to listen in a noisy crowd. Sensory issues play a big role. Everyday sounds or sensations can be intense, making it hard to focus on learning words. The brain's wiring is simply different, with language and social centers developing on their own timeline. Sometimes the connection between these centers isn't as strong, making conversation more challenging. Repetitive behaviors like focusing on spinning wheels or lining up toys can also limit opportunities for social play and language practice. It's not a choice. It's a way to find comfort and predictability. Understanding these reasons helps us move from worry to empathy and action. Every child's brain is unique, and so is their path to communication. With the right support, progress is always possible. When autistic children start speaking, it's a significant milestone, a moment filled with anticipation and hope. Their language can be wonderfully unique, a tapestry woven with individual expressions and unexpected turns of phrase. It's a beautiful and distinctive way of communicating. Echolalia, repeating words or phrases, is common. It's a typical part of language development for many autistic children. It's a way to process language and connect with the world around them. It can be a tool for understanding and internalizing new information. They might echo your questions, repeating them back to you as they try to understand what you're asking, or repeat lines from favorite shows, reciting dialogue they've memorized and find comforting or relatable. Using borrowed words to express feelings, finding the right phrases to articulate complex emotions. Their memory for phrases is impressive, often recalling lines and passages with remarkable accuracy. And it's a creative way to communicate, using language in innovative and expressive ways. You might notice a flat or sing-song tone, a different cadence in their speech patterns, or unexpected changes in pitch, a fluctuation that might not follow typical conversational patterns. The rhythm and melody of speech, things most pick up naturally, the subtle nuances that add emotion and emphasis, are skills autistic kids often learn consciously through practice and dedicated effort. Grammar and pronoun mix-ups are also common, a typical part of their language journey. Like saying you want a cookie instead of I want a cookie, a simple mistake that highlights the different ways language is processed. Literal thinking is another trait, taking words at their face value without reading between the lines. Jokes and idioms can be confusing, as they rely on abstract concepts and implied meanings. These differences are part of their unique brain wiring, a neurodiversity that shapes their perspective and communication style. Support and patience help them build on these early steps, fostering their confidence and encouraging their progress. Celebrate their creative ways of communicating, recognizing the ingenuity and expressiveness in their unique language. Every word, phrase, or gesture is progress, a step forward on their individual communication journey. Their voice is special. Let's help it shine, nurturing their communication skills and celebrating their unique perspective. There's so much hope and help available. Speech therapy is key. A speech-language pathologist uses play and activities to teach communication, not just sounds. Applied behavior analysis, ABA, uses positive reinforcement, breaking skills into small steps and rewarding progress. For kids who aren't speaking yet, Augmentative and Alternative Communication, AAC, offers tools like picture boards, sign language, or speech-generating devices. AAC isn't giving up on speech. It often helps kids learn to talk by reducing frustration. Social skills groups let kids practice communication in a fun, supportive setting, learning to take turns and make friends. These therapies, often combined, create a personalized plan for your child. The goal is connection, not just words. Early intervention makes a big difference. You're not alone. There's a team ready to help. Celebrate every step forward. Progress comes in many forms. Every parent wonders about the future. Will my child ever talk? The truth? Every child's journey is different. Some nonverbal children become fluent speakers after years of support. Others may always use alternative ways to communicate. Nonverbal doesn't mean non-thinking or non-feeling. Many communicate through AAC, writing, art, or typing, sharing deep thoughts and creativity. The goal isn't to make your child normal, but to help them become their happiest, most communicative self. Success isn't just fluent speech. It's connection, asking for help, sharing joy, and expressing love in any form. Let go of a fixed idea of success. Every step toward connection is a victory. The path may twist and turn, but it moves forward. Early, consistent support gives your child the best chance to find their unique voice. Celebrate every way your child communicates. Their voice matters, however it's expressed. You're helping them share their world. If you've met one person with autism, you've met one person with autism, and the same goes for speech. Not all autistic children have speech delays. Some talk early and have huge vocabularies. These little professors may read early and use complex words, but still face social communication challenges. They might know facts, but struggle with conversation, jokes, or small talk. Even fluent speakers can benefit from speech therapy or social skills groups. Autism is a spectrum. Every child has unique strengths and challenges. Don't judge potential by speech alone. Intelligence and worth aren't defined by talking. Celebrate the whole child, not just their words. Every profile is unique and valuable. Our job is to see and support the amazing person in front of us. As a parent, you're your child's biggest advocate and safe space. It can feel overwhelming, but your most powerful tools are patience, love, and intuition. Be patient with your child and yourself. Every small victory matters. If you sense something different, trust your gut and seek help early. Early support makes a huge difference. Talk to your pediatrician and ask for referrals if needed. A diagnosis isn't a label. It's a key to understanding and support. Honor your child's communication, whatever form it takes. Respond to their gestures, devices, or words with equal attention. Take care of yourself. Your well-being matters too. Find support from other parents and friends. You're not alone on this journey. You've got this. We've covered a lot: what speech delay is, why it happens, and how to support your child. The journey with an autistic child is unique, filled with challenges and joys. Your child is on their own timeline. Don't compare or rush. They are whole, just as they are. Your job is to guide, advocate, and believe in their potential. Celebrate every milestone, no matter how small. Communication is a bridge, not a wall. You're building that bridge every day. Your child has so much to offer. Let's help them shine. Your voices deserve to be heard in every form.